I want to welcome you. So glad to see everybody here. Get your donuts and your waffles. So how was breakfast this morning? Like it? Good? Tried something new based on feedback. So for many of you, this may be your first time, but for quite others here, it's actually our 7th annual Path to Agility Conference. How many were here from the beginning? We have some people who've been here. Few out here. Thank you for coming back each year. And this I'm Jennifer Bleen, and I'm actually one of the founders and the president for the Central Ohio Agile Association. And I've been, of course, with the group since 2009 when we became an organization. We are a 501c6. So as part of that, what we do is we provide different educational opportunities throughout the year. So you have the Path to Agility each year. We also have some other conferences you may have seen up on our screen. We have Lean into Agile that we're going to be doing again this year. So had anybody attended that 2 years ago when we did it? So hopefully you're excited that it's coming back. And we are going to be doing a DevOps Days again this year. Is there anybody who attended that one last year? So quite a few of you. So lots going on. As an organization, that's a 501c6, we do operate on volunteers. So we have a lot of volunteers who help make this particular event happen, as well as all the events that we do throughout the year, our evening meetings, our breakfast series, and some of our lunch sessions that we do. And as part of that, I wanted to bring up the board members. This is the key leadership team that helps drive all the different things that you see. So I think everybody is ready. If you guys want to come up. So we have Joe Estaffi. Joe's our vice chair of the board. We have Bart Murphy, who's our treasurer. And haven't had enough coffee yet. And we have Mike Kaiser. He's our board secretary. We have Faye Thompson, and we have Matt Van Vliet and Dan Greenleaf, and they're our directors at large. And so these are the folks that are behind the scenes really making this happen, all year long. And I want to give a special thanks to Faye Thompson. She chaired the conference this year and was responsible for a lot of the work, gathering, working with the volunteers, working with the speakers and everything. So Faye, we want to give you a special congratulations and thank you for everything. With that, I'm going to turn this over to Bart. He's going to introduce our keynote this morning and go over a couple of the logistic changes. And I'll have you come on up, Bart. Thanks, everyone.
Good morning. I'll make this quick. I had a few things logistics to announce. First, and I apologize, some of this will be a repeat from yesterday morning, but I do want to thank our sponsors for making this happen, specifically our gold sponsors. I think almost all of which have been engaged, most of which have been engaged from the beginning: ICC Improving, Nationwide, Pillar, and Scrum.org, and CareWorks Tech. A special thanks to Scrum.org, and this is probably the first year Ken Schwaber hasn't been able to come back he travels a lot less, speaks a lot less, but obviously this whole event wouldn't have been possible without him helping us kick off the initial Path to Agility back in 2010, and we're still very pleased to have them involved. I think Dave spoke yesterday, and very, very thankful for their involvement. And also a special thanks to Nationwide Insurance. I think without them, our first event wouldn't have been a success. It'd be interesting to see how many people from Nationwide are actually here today. Raise your hand. Okay, a little bit less than last year. I think we had 150 last year, so we need to make sure you guys tell your friends to come back next year. Okay. I also would like to thank the Ohio Union. I don't know if Elaine is anywhere in here, but there she is in the back. Raise your hand. We couldn't do this event without the Ohio Union. They're fantastic partners with us to help improve not only, the facilities and the food every single year, so thank you. Do complete your surveys. Give us that feedback, especially the feedback on where we can improve. We do take that and look at it every single year and try to make tweaks and changes to both whether it's the facilities, the food, to our sessions, to the timing, Without your feedback, we can't make this better. I do a couple reminders. Parking passes can be picked up all day long, so they will be out there all day long. You don't need to wait in a long line, but it will be there all day long, either in sessions or during breaks. Do complete your sponsor bingo cards. The box is right outside this door here. Make sure that they're in there by the closing keynote, because we will grab that box. Head over to the big bar, which is literally right across the street over here, for the conference happy hour and retrospective at 3:45 p.m., and that's where we'll be giving away all of our conference prizes, including our sponsors giving away their prizes. A couple of agenda items that I want to mention. We do have there's a Women in Technology session that's currently on your agenda for day 2 during 10 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. Doesn't have a room assignment. That is in the Senate chamber. Okay, and we're actually really excited about that event. In addition, there's a thing called Low Ceremony Microservices with Elixir by Chris Nelson. That actually has been replaced. It's during the same time slot, 10 a.m. to 11:15. In Cartoon Room 2 today will be DevOps, The Promise of Agility Delivered by Nick Martin and Adam, I'm going to mess it up, Essenmacher, I think. And I apologize, Adam, if I got that wrong. And lastly, we are having a networking lunch today. We're actually going to have a little event preparing ourselves for the closing keynote with Jason Womack. In addition, in the actual in the theater, which is down on the first floor, we're going to have a screening of the film by Robin Hauser Reynolds called Code, Debugging the Gender Gap. And this exposes the dearth of American female and minority software engineers and explores the reasons why for this gender gap, raising the question, what would society gain from having more women and minorities in the tech industry, and how do we get there? That screening will show from 12 to 1 o'clock. You can't eat in the theater, so grab your lunch beforehand. I think lunch, opens up at 11:15. You should have more enough time to grab lunch. That screening will be from 12 to 1 o'clock. Okay.